How could the game of Monopoly solve one of the greatest mysteries in history? This story is one for the books, but not many people know about it. Let's dive into this true story that inspires criminals, investigators, and filmmakers to this day. The year is 1963, and a Royal Mail train is speeding along the British countryside in the very early morning hours. A gang of robbers stops the train and makes off with millions in cash. The criminals leave few traces, leaving the police baffled. The robbers got the train to stop in the middle of the night by tampering with the red and green signal lights on the tracks. The train, with 72 postal employees on board who were sorting through mail as the train traveled, came to a complete stop. Along with the mail they sorted, the train was also carrying money. Lots and lots of money. One of the engineers of the train got out to call on a landline phone next to the tracks to report the signal issue, but the phone lines had been cut. As he returned to the train, he was overpowered by one of the robbers and knocked out. They then had to move the train about 800 meters to the Bridego Bridge, where a truck was waiting to receive the money. Using a human chain, 15 robbers moved a total of 120 bags filled with cash. They hid out in a farmhouse, listening to a police radio, and also passed the time playing the lovable game of Monopoly. In real life, they passed go and collected more than 2.6 million pounds at the time, which today is worth more than $75 million. About an hour later, one of the railway workers caught a passing train's attention and was able to get the word out to the police. This was around 4 a.m. A massive manhunt was launched, and the robbers seemed to have vanished into thin air. Little did the men know, playing a game of Monopoly to pass the time ultimately proved to be the clue that led to their capture. Some of the gang were tasked with burning the farmhouse to the ground, something they failed to do, which left an opening.
You tossers! You had one job to do!
Now, about that board game. One of the gang members, Ronald Biggs, made a critical mistake. He used money from the robbery to play the game. Traces of the money, including money bands, were left behind with the game board. Fingerprints on the board and the other items allowed quick identification of the suspects. This was the big clue for investigators. Fingerprints helped detectives trace the Monopoly game back to its source, and they uncovered Biggs's connection to the Great Train Robbery, which led to his arrest and the arrest of many other gang members. Most of the gang were arrested, tried, and sentenced to jail for their part in the Great Train Robbery. The Monopoly connection remains an ironic twist in this story. Sometimes the smallest details can lead to the biggest breakthrough.